Before the rise of Babylon, before the empires of Assyria, there was Sumer, the world's first known civilization. Between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, around 4,500 to 3000 BCE, the Sumerians built the earliest cities, invented writing, and created the first recorded mythology. At the top of their divine hierarchy stood a god whose domain was the endless sky itself. His name was An, known later in Akkadian as Anu. He was not merely a god of the heavens, he was the father of the gods, the source of divine authority, and the celestial king whose command shaped the order of the universe. This is the story of An, king of the Sumerian gods. In the earliest Sumerian cosmology, the universe began as a unified mass. Heaven and earth were once joined together in a primordial state. The sky was An, the earth was Ki. Together, they formed the cosmic pair that gave birth to the divine generation. Their union produced the powerful air god Enlil, who would later become one of the most influential deities of Mesopotamia. According to Sumerian myth, Enlil separated heaven from earth, lifting his father An into the sky while pushing the earth below. This separation created the ordered cosmos, sky above, earth below, and the realm of humans in between. From that moment forward, An ruled the highest heavens. He became the supreme authority of the gods, presiding over divine councils that governed both heaven and earth. Unlike many other gods of ancient mythology, An rarely intervened directly in human affairs. Instead, he ruled from the highest heaven, a distant and powerful authority. Ancient texts describe him as the ultimate source of kingship and divine legitimacy. Sumerian rulers believed their power came directly from An. When a king took the throne, he ruled by the command of An. In mythological tradition, An presided over the divine assembly, a celestial council where the gods debated the fate of humanity. Among those who served under him were some of the most powerful figures in Mesopotamian religion: Enlil, god of wind and authority; Enki, god of wisdom and water; Inanna, goddess of love and war; Nanna, god of the moon; Utu, god of the sun and justice. Though these gods interacted directly with humans, An remained above them all. He was the cosmic monarch. One of the most famous myths involving An concerns the powerful goddess Inanna. Inanna was the patron goddess of Uruk, one of Sumer's greatest cities. She represented both love and war, a complex deity whose influence shaped politics, religion, and warfare. In certain myths, Inanna travels to the heavens seeking the sacred Mi. The Mi were divine powers, the cosmic laws that govern civilization itself. These included kingship, justice, craftsmanship, music, warfare, wisdom. Though the myths differ in their details, the authority behind these powers ultimately traces back to An, the heavenly king. Through him, the structure of civilization was believed to exist. The most famous appearance of Anu occurs in the Epic of Gilgamesh, the oldest surviving epic story in human history. After the hero Gilgamesh rejects the romantic advances of the goddess Inanna, she becomes enraged. She ascends to heaven and demands vengeance from her father, Anu. She insists that he unleash the terrifying bull of heaven upon the city of Uruk. At first, Anu hesitates. He warns that such destruction could cause famine and suffering. But eventually, he grants Inanna's request. The bull of heaven descends to earth, bringing chaos and devastation. Yet Gilgamesh and his companion Enkidu defeat the beast in a legendary battle. Their victory, however, carries a terrible consequence. It angers the gods and ultimately leads to Enkidu's death. Although An ruled from the distant heavens, he was still worshipped on earth. His most important cult center was the Inanna temple complex in Uruk. The name Inanna means House of Heaven. Here, priests conducted rituals honoring both An and the goddess Inanna. These ceremonies linked the divine realm with the human world. Offerings included grain, beer, livestock, incense. Through ritual, the people of Sumer believed they maintained harmony with the cosmic order established by the gods. Over time, the role of An gradually changed. In later Mesopotamian religion, particularly during the Babylonian and Assyrian periods, other gods rose to greater prominence. The storm god Enlil and later the Babylonian god Marduk became dominant figures. Yet An never disappeared from mythology. He remained the primordial sky father, the distant but supreme origin of divine authority. His legacy survived in countless texts carved into clay tablets. These ancient writings preserved the earliest recorded stories humanity ever told about the universe, thousands of years before the gods of Greece or Rome. Before the rise of the great empires of history, the people of Sumer looked upward into the night sky and imagined a divine ruler beyond the stars, a king whose throne was the heavens themselves. His name was An, Anu, king of the gods, the first sky god of recorded civilization, and the celestial authority from which all divine power once flowed.